So when you tell me that you love me, it's you that I adore. You know that it's true, baby, it's you that I adore. You know that it's true, baby, it's you that I adore.
All right. Thank you for coming to the show, Francesco, man. How you doing, fam?
Good, Derek. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure, man. So if anybody doesn't know who you are, man, can you tell us a little bit of a brief bio on who you are, specifically where you grew up, your travels, and your hobbies?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Francesco De Meo. I am a reggae artist from France, from Nîmes, France. It's in the south of France. And I was born and raised out there. I've been in California for about, like, I'm losing track now, I think like 16 or 17 years, so a little while.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
pretty close to you, right?
Yeah, same as me, 15.
Yeah, we were chatting a little bit before that, yeah. So yeah, I play mostly reggae music. I also do rock music, and then some of my newer stuff has a little like hip hop flavor to it as well. But it's mostly a lot of reggae, a lot of Hawaiian style reggae too.
Hawaiian style reggae, man. I heard that, man. I don't know if I even listen to Hawaiian style reggae. Maybe I can listen to some of it now. I don't know. But that's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, you probably have. Most people, like Common Kings and The Green and J-Boog. I don't know if you heard of J-Boog, like that. That's like Hawaiian style reggae.
Oh, I see. Now, now I got to do some more research, man. Maybe I can get another celebrity talent on the show as well. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. So I heard you are a new emerging artist, man. Can you tell us, like, over the last couple of years, what have you been doing with your music?
Yeah. So I started. I've been playing and writing music for a long time, but I started doing it semi-professionally about 5 years ago or so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I started a band. And when I say semi-professionally, it's basically from my very first gig, I always got paid. I was never big on doing stuff for free. Even though I love music, I also I've been in sales and business most of my life, so I
gotcha.
Kind of hustler at heart too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the first gig I got, I remember I just hit up this little cafe place. It was called Cafe Panini in Carlsbad, a little small town here, and I was just like, yo, you guys do live music? And he's like, yeah. He's like, why, you got a band? I was like, yeah. I didn't have a band at all, bro. I had a bassist. I had my homie Cedric. He's Haitian. He's half Haitian and he's from French. I don't know how you say it in English, but Guyana, French Guyana. I think that's how. Me and him started jamming out, and that was kind of like the first band member I had. But I didn't have a drummer. We didn't have a drummer, and me and him just could kind of rehearse a couple of my originals just for fun.
That's funny.
So I hit up this place, and he's like, yeah. He's like, you got a band? I'm like, yeah. And then I was like, you guys pay? And it was like, yeah, we give you like a percentage of however many people you bring or whatever, like what the sales are. That's what it was, like percentage of the sales.
Okay.
Yeah, and so then I hit up my homie Cedric, and I was like, and he speaks French, so we're talking in French the whole time. But I'm like, yo, Cedric, il faut qu'on trouve un batteur. I'm like, yo, Cedric, like we gotta find a
drummer.
So then we hit up. No, actually, we're at Guitar Center just randomly, and we come across this guy, Dante Fire, and he's a bassist, but he also plays drums. And so we hit him up, like, yo, we got a gig, bro. You down? And now we just practice. It was really rough, like really rough. I think I still have some footage somewhere. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
I'll save it for another day, but it was fun though. Man.
You know what? Did anybody show up, man? How was the actual turnout for that event?
Yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, I feel like it was impressive how many people were like showed up. Like for me, if my homie that I didn't even know was really into music just put on a show, I'd probably just be like, oh, I didn't even really know you were into music. I always kept most of my music stuff on the DL. Like, it was like friends, family, maybe a girlfriend. I'd sing a song for a girlfriend or something. But I didn't really perform that much, like in public. I wasn't about that.
Yeah, I got you.
I like writing, and then I like sharing it with people that I know and that I care about. But this was like fun, man. It was like I was nervous. It was a lot of adrenaline, but yeah, man, people showed up, and they had a lot of fun. Me being a perfectionist, I was like, yo, like we could have done better, and so it was like the first like year of me performing was like I was hard on myself. I was
of course.
Yeah, it was rough, man. I had to learn to
chill, lay back.
Yeah, exactly. Like the effort in the practice versus like being frustrated or whatever. So
that's kind of cool, man. At least you had a good turnout. That's kind of cool. All right, so tell us, what type of style of music do you do, man? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah. So it's mostly reggae, and it's a bit of an emphasis on the like Hawaii reggae. It's called Jawaiian, so it's a mix of like Hawaiian music and Jamaican music.
Oh, Jawaiian, I got you.
Yeah, and and I guess one of the main reasons that I like that type of music, the first girl that I fell in love with when I was about 16, 17 years old is when I first moved to the States. Actually, she was from Hawaii, and so she turned me on to all this Hawaiian reggae, and I wasn't.
Oh, what? She turned you out, man.
Like big time. So anyway, like I wasn't even super into reggae at the time. I was kind of like into some Sublime and just whatever. And but I really liked those songs because they were so like romantic and like I mean, I'm from Europe, so it's like we're all about romance, and we like we like the pleasures of life. We like to eat, we like to be with people, be romantic. We like friendship. We like love. It's about stopping, taking the time, smelling the flowers. And that's
exactly.
And that's what the Hawaii lifestyle is about. It's like you take your time with your family, or over there they would say ohana, and I related to that a lot. So with my first girlfriend being from Hawaii, and then it didn't work out with her, but then years later, about 7-8 years later, I ended up moving to Hawaii for a little bit. And when I was there, that's when I really, really fell in love with the culture even more, because it was like more just for me. It wasn't about her anymore. It was just like
correct.
And I'd heard so many things about Hawaii, like people were like this or like that, and I just realized like they're the nicest people in the world. You just gotta like go there with the right mindset,
Matter of fact, man, you make me want to go to Hawaii right now, man. I told you, but I'm gonna go within a year, man. Hopefully, so that's my goal.
If you go there, you're not gonna come. You might as well, like, honestly, straight up, bro. Like, if you just pack all your stuff at once.
Wow.
You won't want to come back.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Hey, it is what it is, man. It's all about enjoying life, man. Whether you're from San Diego, Europe, or Hawaii, it doesn't matter. So, fam, we heard that you have a new music video coming out called Hear Me Out. Matter of fact, let's play a little clip to the fans right now.
Am I just fooling myself, putting my trust in somebody else? What if it's all in my head? Yeah, delusion at its very best. And what if my faith is dead? And what do I have left?
When my heart beats slow from this lump in my throat, my soul breaks a sweat as I lose control. And when my heart starts to go from the hole in my soul, my mind starts to fret, 'cause I'm rocking the boat. Won't you hear me out? Reaching up through the clouds. Yes, I still have my doubts. That's why I'm calling you out. I thought you'd be here by now, 'cause you know what I'm all about.
But yeah, man, I saw the desk. I saw what you were trying to do with the vision, and it correlating with the girl. Next thing you know, you had the drink, man. Next thing you're just drinking yourself. I get it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Especially as long as you can bring good music, bring good vibes, man. That's all that matters, man. And it actually brings me to my next point, man. Because you sound like a cool dude. I'm interviewing you, and you know, to me, you're awesome, man. So can you tell us a little bit about a little bit about your values that you have personally, and then how it actually relates to your music?
The things that are important to me in life are I'm very sentimental. So I'm half Italian, so I got that that very sentimental kind of thing. So it's like I love family. Family is very, very, very big to me. Friends are very important to me. Loyalty, and for me, I'd rather have less friends, but really, really close friends. That's like the difference is, I'd rather be less popular, but be more important to each person instead of just kind of being this popular person that's not really, really tight with
That's
people.
and that's not, yeah, exactly like you're saying, that that's not really even connecting with people. You know what I mean? Because it's all about connection and actually adding value. Like I told you before, actually adding value and depth into people. You know, so that's what's all it's about at the end of the day. You know, but a lot of people miss out on that, and then they get focused with other things, I guess. All right, so we just played your music. You got some new music coming out, I believe. What is your goals and your visions for the remaining part of this year, especially after this quarantine situation is done?
Yeah. So right now, what I'm doing, I had a band. I started the band about five years ago or so. That's what we were talking about earlier, with my first gig and all that, and that was fun. But it was definitely more on a semi-professional. And that what I've been doing for the last year is rebranding myself under my own name. Because realistically, what it was is I've always wanted to have a band. I wanted to be tight. I wanted to be like one entity. But I was always like having to swap like bandmates out, and then I wrote most of the music. Where I wrote pretty much all the music, and then I was just doing so much, and then after a while, it's like the reality is it just became more and more clear. The band that I had, they were doing it more for fun, not so much on a professional level.
Oh, I see, I see.
And so when I had to make that transition to hiring professional backup musicians, it was like, well, you know what, I'm paying for everything. I'm doing everything. I'm just going to use my name. I tried to do the band thing. It didn't work very well. It was just too challenging. Plus, when you're traveling, you can hire backup musicians, and as long as the frontman is the same person, it's not usually a big deal. So it makes it a lot easier to travel for touring.
I see, I see.
So yeah, so basically in this next year, what I'm doing is I'm rebranding myself. I have some merchandise that I'm working on. I got a lot of designs that are ready to be printed, like screen printed for shirts, and we're going to be doing some hats, some ladies clothing, and I really want to actually give it like a little extra like flavor, because most bands and most artists, when you buy their shirts, it's like sometimes the shirt's good quality. Most of the time it's kind of like whatever, and you're
Yeah, most of the time it's not. Yeah, exactly.
it's so I want to have really top quality things with killer designs, like designer looking stuff, really like nice, and but then that really more importantly, that really actually is part of my brand. It's really branding like what I'm about, the vibe that I'm about. So that's what I've been doing, and for this next year, it's just gathering a lot of things that I can use to brand myself. So I'm releasing more music. I got more music videos coming out, interviews.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got some interviews set up, and then also getting merchandise. And then within 6 months to a year, once I have everything in place, I'm gonna just start touring locally in California here, and then I'm gonna do a West Coast tour, and eventually I'm gonna actually try to do a Europe tour as soon as possible.
Yeah, man, you got to come back to Europe, man, where you're from, man. That's going to be awesome, man, if you do a tour over there, man. I guarantee you probably be filled with so much emotions. The crowd is going to be crazy, man. I already know. So, fam, I deal with so many artists and so many people, and a lot of them are musicians, singers, songwriters, band members, and a lot of them probably has some either toxic situation in their life, or something that, that they're struggling with. Since you've already gone through that, you've already experienced that, what could you say to them that can actually motivate them to keep on pushing forward during the struggle time and then afterward?
You're talking about like just like the struggles that we deal with, like our demons, or what?
Correct. Your demons, you can correlate with your demons and your experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so for me, I've had a lot of demons, unfortunately, and then I'm still dealing with some. Just to be honest, but the things that I've managed to overcome, for me, it's been about my faith. I think that faith is like key no matter what you're doing in life, and so for me, just knowing that my life has a bigger purpose than what I see, right? It's like, you know it's like I'm part of like something so much bigger than me, and I think that's what made me realize, like, okay, these struggles that are around me, they're affecting me, and they're stopping me from be able to reach my full potential, which is going to just make me feel frustrated, sad, angry, bitter. But
Correct.
on top of that, if my potential can reach other people and can benefit other people, then it's affecting them in a bad way too, And so it's like, so it became about that. And then I was like, okay, like, like drugs, like I've been in some pretty hard drugs in my younger years. And it's like, all right, that's taken me away from my family, my friends. It's actually taken away creativity for me, even though I've gotten
Correct.
some, it's taken away. And then I'm not able to pursue my goals in life. So yeah, I would say, we all have our demons, and I think most of us probably still have a few that are hiding, and I would say, I was actually just talking to a mentor of mine the other day, and I was like, it's scary, man. Like sometimes I feel like it's like I've lost the battle, like I'm just screwed.
Correct.
And he's like, no, bro. He's like, honestly, like we wouldn't be talking on the phone if it was like that. And I realized, I was like, you know what? Even though I keep falling in the same stuff, and even though I'm still struggling, as long as I don't give up, as long as you're not like, all right, well, this is who I am. Like, this is who I am. Like, I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. I'm this. I'm that. Whatever. As long as you don't accept that within yourself, then there's hope. As soon as you raise that white flag, like it's done. It's game over. And so you just gotta be, and that's why faith is so important, because if you have faith, then it gives you the belief that you can do it, because it's about something that's bigger than yourself. And so, the times where you want to give up, you can lean on something that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah, and that's definitely true, man. Because I experienced that in my life, previously when I was young. And sometimes you're like you're like your worst critic. You keep on beating yourself down with negative self talk specifically. You know what I mean? And so things like that, even things like that, look, as long as you recognize it, and then from there you're able to actually change it, and then you want to shift it into a more positive light. That can be the first step, because you can have negative thoughts from outside of your mind, or you can have negative thoughts from inside of your mind. But it all correlates. It all correlates together. It's all bad regardless. But yeah, like just like you said, man, having faith, and then just knowing that everything's gonna be all right, man. You have a purpose in this life. You have a destiny in this life. It's about you actually fulfilling that destiny, and you reaching people and actually impacting others. So that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so fam, so where can people find you on your social media, man?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so my Instagram is Francesco D Music. So Francesco is like France, so it's Francesco. Then the letter D is in dog, and music. So Francesco D Music, and that's actually everything. That's going to be Instagram, my Facebook fan page, and then my website is the same. It's francescodmusic.com. So yeah, you can find and even if you just remember the website, you can actually find the link to all my social media on there as well.
Awesome, fam. And then also, man, you probably have some fans from spread out from Hawaii to Europe to San Diego, probably all across the world right now. Um, is there anything that you want to share to them specifically? This is your opportunity to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many fans I have out there. Hopefully I got some around the world. But yeah, I would say you know, just with everything that's going on and the craziness, it's a good time for us to stick together and to search within ourselves how we can help each other out, and how we can find ways to benefit each other. I think everything that's going on right now in the world is teaching us that we're not just individual entities, but we're one tribe, one group. And you know, for me, my connection to the rest of humanity is through God. You know, that's what helps me be able to have the love in my heart for everyone, because if I'm not focused on God, I'm focused on myself. And if I'm focused on myself, then I'm just worried about like feeding myself. And,
Correct.
I'm not worried about the other people, like my, you know, and so to get that bigger picture, what's been really helpful for me is to rely on someone else than myself. But yeah, if you listen to my music and you enjoy it, then, you know, thank you for the support, obviously. But what would mean the most to me is for you guys to reach out and just hit me up, because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm really about relationships. And so for me, you know, just being able to build new relationships and getting to know people and their journey in life, you know, that gets me really excited. And it also inspires me to be able to write more music.
Oh, I see. That's awesome, man. So pretty much other people's connections inspire you to be better and to be a better person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I got you. That's amazing, man. Lastly, man, do you have any shout outs that you want to give out right now?
Apart from my mom and dad. Yeah, I mean, well, bro, I just wanted to give you a shout out. I mean, it's been cool that you reached out to me and you want to do this interview. And, you know, I think you worked with a buddy of mine before, or maybe a couple friends of mine, some local artists here. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm definitely going to start following what you're doing more, because I'm really excited about the local vibe here in San Diego, and the music scene is just getting bigger and bigger.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't think of that many people I want to shout out, but I want to thank you especially for putting this on and for us to be able to stay in touch, bro.
Yeah, man, you're welcome, man. It's anything, man. It's people like you that actually motivate me to do what I do, you know, so that it is what it is. Yeah, so fam, I really appreciate everything. You know, I understand you are a God-fearing person, and you portray that in your lifestyle, you portray that in your music, and I pray that it will actually affect people on a mass level through your music, man. So don't quit what you're doing. Don't stop what you're doing, man. You are freaking awesome.
Thank you so much, bro.
All right, thank you, fam. Enjoy your day.
Thank you too, bro.